Daniel Carter, the CEO of Carter Tech Industries. It was past midnight when he finally decided to call it a day. The office was silent, save for the faint hum of the air conditioning. As he walked toward the elevator, he heard something unexpected, a deep, melodic voice singing in what sounded like Italian. Curious, Daniel followed the sound to the break room. There, he saw Carlos Mendez, the company's janitor, mopping the floor while effortlessly switching from Italian to French, then to Mandarin as he muttered something under his breath. Daniel stood frozen. He had seen Carlos around for years but had never exchanged more than a polite nod. Now, the man was casually reciting poetry in multiple languages like it was nothing. Clearing his throat, Daniel stepped forward. "That was impressive," he said. Carlos turned, startled, then smiled sheepishly. "Ah, Mr. Carter, I didn't realize anyone was still here. You speak all those languages fluently?" Daniel asked. Carlos shrugged. "9, actually, it's just a hobby." Daniel's mind raced. Carter Tech was struggling to expand into international markets, and their biggest hurdle was the language barrier. They had spent millions on translators and consultants. Yet here was a man working as a janitor who could bridge that gap effortlessly. The next morning, Daniel called an emergency board meeting. The executives exchanged confused glances as he recounted his discovery. "You want to promote the janitor to an executive position?" Mark Reynolds, the CFO, scoffed. "That's insane," but Daniel was adamant. "Insane would be ignoring talent right under our noses. Carlos has skills we desperately need." That afternoon, Carlos was called into the CEO's office. Nervously clutching his cap, he sat across from Daniel, who slid a contract across the table. "How would you like to be our new director of international relations?" Carlos's eyes widened. "But I'm just a janitor." "You're a polyglot with more linguistic talent than our entire team combined." Daniel said, "We need you." When the announcement was made, the entire office was stunned. Whispers spread like wildfire. "Did you hear? The janitor is now an executive." At first, there was skepticism. Some employees even resented Carlos, thinking he had somehow tricked the CEO. But then came the first international meeting. Carlos didn't just translate, he charmed. He navigated cultural nuances, smoothed over misunderstandings, and even cracked jokes in different languages, putting clients at ease. Within weeks, Carter Tech secured deals they had been chasing for years. A year later, Carter Tech's global revenue had doubled. Carlos, once invisible in the background, was now a legend. His story spread beyond the company, inspiring news articles and even a viral social media post. From janitor to executive, the power of hidden potential. At the annual company gala, Daniel raised a toast. Talent isn't about titles or backgrounds. It's about seeing value where others overlook it. Carlos, standing beside him, smiled humbly. And sometimes, it's about getting a chance. The room erupted in applause. Epilogue. Years later, Carlos would become Carter Tech's VP of Global Strategy, and Daniel would often recount the night he discovered the janitor who spoke 9 languages. The lesson was clear. Greatness isn't always in the spotlight. Sometimes it's quietly mopping floors, waiting to be seen. This janitor went from invisible to unstoppable. So what's your hidden talent? Asterisk, asterisk. Asterisk, asterisk, comment below. Asterisk, asterisk, what skill are you secretly amazing at? Asterisk, asterisk, smash that like button. Asterisk, asterisk, if you believe talent can come from anywhere. Asterisk, asterisk, hit subscribe. Asterisk, asterisk for more jaw-dropping stories of underdogs who shocked the world.